before 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. It's time to learn about the law from our favorite attorney from here in Ocala. Vanessa Lane Jennings is in the studio ready to answer your questions. The number to call during this entire show is 622-9622. I would recommend you call early because sometimes legal questions require a lot more of an answer and maybe even some more information from you. So we will learn from your questions. We ask you to call, but we also recognize that legal questions are typically personal in nature. So if talking on the radio is not really something you're interested in, that's why we want you to know Vanessa's actual phone number, not the radio station number, and that is 804-0092. Right, Vanessa?
That is absolutely
correct. Did I do it right? Good morning, Vanessa. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well.
How is traffic on the way over here?
There was no traffic on the way
here?
here?
No traffic? You're not doing...
But I took the back way.
You don't do the Pokemon thing, do you? You're doing it right now?
She's finding them.
I just realized that you guys were a gem.
Yeah, Kelly found a Pokey Thump something right in front of where you're sitting.
She did.
Yeah.
Kelly's...
It was a bird or something.
Oh, she got a Pidgey? Yes, I got a Pidgey.
A Pidgey.
Is there anything else in here right now?
There's a Weedle.
Where? Where is it?
Oh, here, I'll turn on the
let me see.
background.
So where
to go? It is sitting on your computer screen.
Oh, it is?
Oh, nice.
Right here?
You have a Weedle.
Can I point to it? Where is it? Take a picture.
Oh, wait, it's moving.
I want to pretend I'm touching
it's moving. You're
it's moving.
chasing it.
It's now on top of my... Here.
On top of your head?
No, it's on top of the cup.
It's on top of the cup.
All right.
Yeah, I took a picture. I'll show you.
Chase it away.
Can you show me? And show the camera?
Well, it froze.
Oh, it'll freeze? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it froze, but I'll show you. I'll show you that.
That's cool.
How do you get things... Now, what if you see one in the courtroom while you're doing a trial?
Are you going to stop and get the Pokemon?
I did not even realize that that was a possibility until yesterday. I did not find it out myself. Another attorney in town sent me a screenshot of one being on the bench. So clearly...
really? And now...
That's cool.
This is my prediction. I'm a psychic right now.
You are? I like psychics. Go ahead.
You are going to have a case.
Okay.
That has something to do with Pokemon. Somebody's going to get in trouble doing this whole Pokemon thing. I don't know if it's going to be... They're the victim or they're the one defending themselves, but...
Okay. Let's do it. Let's have a Pokemon case.
Let's do it.
Let's have it. I'm excited about a Pokemon case.
Well, we had one story this morning. There was a fella, and he spent over 60 hours gathering up all his Pokemon. His sister
That's dedication, y'all.
But his sister played a prank on him and then sort of like...
These are like 30-year-olds, by the way.
Yeah. She made a false account from him, and so he was driving, and he asked her to find the Pokemon, and they're driving around, and she goes, well, there's none on your screen. And he stopped the car, he looked at the screen, and he said there was nothing there, so he got so mad and he slammed the phone down on the and destroyed his phone on the pavement. And then she said, oh, well, it's just a joke. She explained it to him, and he just left her there and just drove off, you know.
People are serious about
so you might have a case about that.
She changed his name. Let's say, I don't remember his name, but let's say it was Billy. B-I 2 lowercase L's Y.
Right.
So she changed it to B-I 2 uppercase I's Y, and he couldn't tell it was a different name.
Right.
Because a uppercase I and lowercase L looks the same.
Exactly. She's sneaky.
Sneaky.
His Pokédex did not have all his Pokemon. He got mad. He had Pokemon rage. It's real.
Oh my goodness. So are you working? Can you share any cases with us? I mean, kind of in general terms.
I'm trying to think of what's going on.
Any divorces?
There's a lot of divorces
child custodies,
right now.
Yeah.
A lot of divorces.
Is it the season for divorces? Pretty much.
Yeah. I don't know why there was an influx all of a sudden. I think I've met with 7 people this week.
Wow.
Really?
Wow. That's sad.
So as an attorney, though, I mean, you're looking at the law, but you must be observing things just as almost like a psychiatrist. You must see what happens in a marriage. A couple of years ago, you said, I do, I love you, and we're going to go for the rest of our lives together, and all of a sudden, I mean...
Yeah. I mean, you see what makes, at least from my perspective, I get to see what makes it not work.
What do you think makes it not work? Money?
2 things. 1 is money, and 3 things. Lack of communication, and not willingness to compromise.
Oh, really?
Those are 3 things that I see.
So
and all variations. Like, it's not always manifesting itself in the same way. But like, lack of communication could lead to infidelity. Lack of communication can lead to opening up credit card accounts with some, and that brings you back to the money issue. So I mean, there's just...
That's very insightful of you. I think you're absolutely right. Yeah, I do think a lot of times when you hear of infidelity being the reason, I always think that's the... What do they say in doctors' world? So they say that's the symptom, not the cause, or whatever they say?
Right, it's not the root of the problem.
Yeah.
So, I mean, normally the root, you have to look at the root, and normally the root really does... There are other issues. Some people really do just grow apart, and it's not lack of communication. Like, they try, but they got married so young, and I've also learned that people don't actually become who they're supposed to be until closer to 30. So when you marry someone when you're 18, and now you're 45, you legitimately can be completely drastically different people who wouldn't even be friends now if you met on the street. So it makes it really hard. And I'm not saying that everyone should get divorced, but I'm also saying I see it and I could comprehend it.
Right.
So that's fewer.
So with that, I mean, I wonder how many attorneys actually have that, or is it all cut and dried for a lot of them? I mean,
I don't know.
Like, do you find yourself being somewhat of a counselor sometimes, even though your job is to be an attorney? Are they crying in your office and you're?
I'm a counselor. That's what we are. We're counselors.
Oh, okay.
We're legal counselors. So we're counselors.
Okay,
but but it's no more of the law stuff. But yeah, they cry in your office, and you have to, reassure them that it's not the end of the world, because it's not the end of the world.
Do you ever wish it would just go away? Okay, can you go cry somewhere else, please?
No, I think some people might have that reaction, but it doesn't affect me. Like, crying doesn't affect me. Like, if I cried in front of my father, the man would just break down. What do you want? What do you need? Here.
Oh, my gosh.
Fix it.
Oh, my God. I would tell you. I'm not your guy. If you started crying right now, I'd say, oh, come on, let's help you. Robin, get some water. Robin.
I know.
I was saying Robin to get you some water.
That's right.
You're only Robin. You're fixing it.
That's right. Well, that's really wonderful to know, though, because you're not stoic. You really are caring when you do these... any kind of issue that the people bring to you, and you sympathize with them, and you try to fix it before you have to do the other way.
I do. I don't own it, though. That's the one thing I don't do, and I think that makes it, some clients have a problem with that, because I don't take on the emotion, because I know it's emotional for them, but I'm like, I can't own your emotion, because if I do, then I'm not looking at it objectively, and then I'm not doing my job. So I empathize, and I say and sometimes you can sympathize because you've gone through a similar thing, but I'm like, I understand, and then here, let's fix it. Here are the ways that I can fix it legally.
Oh my!
If somebody bought a house and after the closing they're moving in and they discover that the place is infested with rats.
Delicious.
Okay.
Now, these Pokemon rats, or are these like real world rats? Okay.
It's
just clarifying this for the record.
Today's National Rat Catcher Day, so I was wondering about this. So you have to...
They have a day.
So now you have to set it up. So you can look it up if you want to.
No. I'm going to trust you on that one.
Yeah. So, I mean, could that person sue the previous owner after the whole thing is closed? You didn't tell me this was infested with rats. It cost me $1,000 to get rid of these rats.
Well, let's start with the very basics. So the very first thing that the seller would say is, and especially in the state of Florida, they sold the house as is. So however it is, the house is, that's how they sold it.
Don't you have to tell them everything that's wrong with it?
You do, but what if they didn't know? They can say, we didn't know that it was infested with rats. We thought it was a squirrel.
Oh, okay.
Who doesn't want a squirrel in their attic?
Squirrel.
That's pet squirrel. I mean, who knows what? So, I mean, that would be the first place, you would start. Now, if they did know, and then the other people would come back, well, did they know? Did they take any steps? Or did the whole reason that they're selling this house is because there's such a rat problem that nothing but tenting will solve it. So, and then at that point in time, did they chew through electrical? I would think they would have found that out if they actually did a home inspection. So I would throw that back. Like, if I was the seller's attorney, I would throw that back at them. Well, why didn't you do a home inspection? Because the home inspectors will find that. I know that for a fact.
Larry had a story this morning about Robert Shapiro, the attorney for O.J. Simpson, and that O.J. Simpson leaned over and whispered something to him, and now Shapiro's bringing it out in the open as to what it was. Could he be taken to court for not divulging that whisper during that trial, or was it after the trial?
Well, it shouldn't.
Do you want me to read it to you?
It's attorney-client privilege, so.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. I mean, unless it's going to cause Mr. Shapiro to lie to the court, which is candor towards the tribunal, which is like the number one most sacred thing you're supposed to have as an attorney, is you just don't lie to the court. You're completely honest at all points of the time with the court.
Oh.
So unless it's going to cause him to lie to the court, like whatever next was going to be said would be a lie, I would say he was supposed to keep it quiet. Even now, I would think he would need to keep it quiet.
Oh, okay.
It might have been something as little as using the word us instead of me, like thank you for getting us cleared. Or something like, thank you for helping us with this case. Because Shapiro is hinting that there was a second person involved. Not that the first person was OJ.
Right.
But that there was two people involved. That's what he's saying in the thing.
Yeah.
I'll find it, and we'll, after the break, I'll
that was interesting to me.
All right. And today is National Rat Catchers Day.
I'm still shaking my head on that one. I want it to be like National Strawberry Rhubarb Day.
No,
I love that.
No, it's National Penuche Fudge Day, so...
Okay, I don't even know what that is. I know what fudge is.
I didn't either. I didn't know what Penuche fudge.
I'll look it up for you. Right,
okay.
Here we go.
I might not want to know.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Say boating is no accident. We'll have a thunderstorm, especially inland this afternoon. Otherwise, partly sunny, high of 90 to 95. Clear tonight, a low 71 to 76. Tomorrow is Sunday, sunny to partly cloudy with a couple thunderstorms, especially inland. Highs between 90 to 95 both days. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Maggie Johnson.
Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom is built. Listen to The Source, WOCA, each Thursday at 9 a.m. to Veterans News with Hank Whittier from Vets Helping Vets. You'll hear tributes, information on veterans issues, and stories that will make you laugh, cry, and feel proud. Veterans News always focuses on the military, past and present, and on our first responders. Veterans News is brought to you each week by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952.
Stay with us and sleep better at the Sleep Inn and Suites of Ocala Bellevue, located next door to Don Garlett's Museum and a few minutes from Florida Horse Park. Our award-winning, newly refreshed Sleep Inn and Suites offers comfy, clean rooms, free fast Wi-Fi, and service with a smile. Start your day with a deluxe hot breakfast and unwind in our heated outdoor pool. Our convenient 24-hour fitness and business centers allow you to stay on track whether you're here to play or to work. That's Sleep Inn and Suites Ocala Bellevue, proud sponsor of Marion County High School football. Nestled in the heart of horse country, just off I-75 exit 354, the award-winning and newly refreshed Howard Johnson Inn of Ocala invites you to pamper yourself in one of our comfy guest rooms. Enjoy our free and fast Wi-Fi, heated outdoor swimming pool, 24-hour fitness center, and our deluxe continental breakfast. Other on-site amenities include a restaurant, putt-putt golf, and a car wash. Go happy, go Hojo at the Howard Johnson Inn of Ocala, proud sponsor of Friday Night High School football on WOCA, The Source. Located next door to Silver Spring State Park and a few minutes from historic downtown Ocala, our award-winning Holiday Inn Express Hotel and Suites of Silver Springs is a place to stay for a friendly, memorable, and fun experience. Enjoy our fast and free Wi-Fi, complimentary hot breakfast, and free parking. Whether you're in town for work or play, our friendly staff will make you feel right at home. That's the Holiday Inn Express and Suites of Silver Springs, proud sponsor of Friday night Marion County High School football on WOCA, The Source.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
The most trusted name in news, Fox News, every half hour, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
WOCA. All right. We looked up.
Put that on his Facebook.
The Robert Shapiro thing was a little bit confusing here. I did look it up. It said that he said all the things. I'll just read this one part. He said there's moral justice and there's legal justice. And when the not guilty verdict was rendered, I felt legal justice was done. As far as moral justice, I haven't discussed it with anyone, including my wife. That almost sounds like, I don't know. That almost sounds like he's not sure that he did the right thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a question most attorneys have of whether or not they did the right thing.
Well, can that be reopened then?
No.
Because he's bringing that? No.
Nope.
And you just captured a pokey thing on my hand.
I did. As soon as this one's done.
Yeah?
I'll show you.
And you can show me?
I will. So this is the important things that happen on breaks that everybody misses.
That's why people like listening to this. The phone number, if you have a question about the law. See, this is what makes it hard for people to ask questions. They're sitting at home crying because their house is getting taken away and getting divorced. We're in here catching Pokemon.
There you are.
Let me see.
You can go backwards and forwards. There's one in front and one in the back.
That's not even close to my hand.
Well, you know what?
Pokemon moves.
The Pokemon moved.
Okay.
I never went to school for my photography skills.
So when you go to court... Oh, no. I
have a Pokemon. I'm looking at it.
Oh, that's a crab. That's a crab.
Yeah.
It's like he's hanging on your hand, though. That's cool. I like that.
Does he have a name, the Poke guy?
Look at his eyes and his smile.
Krabby.
He's so cute.
Krabby is his name?
Yeah.
That's not very original.
I did not name him.
Do you remember Krabalaka Fishwife?
Okay, the answer to that question is no.
No? Pornographic Priestess, do you remember that at all? You don't remember that?
The show has taken a turn for the worse.
No. This was a song. Krabalaka Fishwife, Pornographic Priestess. Mm-hmm. Boy, you've been a naughty girl. Do you remember this?
We're gonna go through all of I have no idea.
Okay,
who sang the song?
The Beatles. It was a Beatles song.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that in my life.
Yeah. Well. I don't know. Did you play video games when you were little? There was a Mario. I think it was Mario Brothers.
Oh, I was a Sega Genesis girl.
And there was a crab that he had to beat or something.
Okay.
And the crab's name was Krabalaka Fishwife.
Okay. I totally 100% missed that. Thank you, Mother, for buying me Sega Genesis. I played with Sonic.
So are you able to help people with intellectual property rights too?
Absolutely not. I do. That is one of the things that I do send elsewhere.
I love the way Robin takes it back.
She does.
We just start drifting. We're like helium balloons. Just somebody let go of the string and we're floating away, and Robin somehow figures out a way to grab that string
and the tether.
Pull us back.
Thank you, Robin. That was so far gone, I couldn't do it.
We're floating away.
So, to answer that question, no, I do not do intellectual property. I send everyone.
But you would do contracts.
I do contracts.
So a contract to protect intellectual property rights, we could come to you for that.
I would still send you somewhere else. Anything to do.
You'd seduce them. What did you say?
No. Send you somewhere else.
Oh, send us somewhere else.
Send you somewhere else. Yes. I even send my dad somewhere else.
Really? For contract law?
No, not for contract law. I do all his contracts for free.
Okay, but wouldn't a contract be how you protect yourself, like for your songwriting, for example?
Like if you and Robin wanted to...
Yeah, we have a songwriting contract and we want you to look it over. You know, they're usually only 1 page long. They're very small.
It's a problem.
That's a problem. That's good to know.
We like lots of pages. No. Yeah, that's something I could do. I mean, but normally anything for intellectual property, like when you're going to get into like copywriting and trademarks.
Right.
You're getting into the deep stuff. I go ahead and I send you elsewhere.
Where's the busy signal coming from?
I don't know.
Did you hear a busy signal?
I do.
I did.
You did too?
Yes.
That was weird.
Have you ever had minors come to you? MINORS.
Or lumberjacks?
Under 18 for anything.
Yes to lumberjacks and yes to minors. It's not even a joke. So, yes, I do criminal law as well. So I do juvenile. So there's been some juvenile delinquents, as the criminal justice likes to call them.
Oh my gosh.
They weren't allegedly juvenile delinquents.
You know, I used to work for the juvenile system. I used to work for the juvenile detention center. My title was community youth leader.
Okay, I can see this.
Yeah, when I was younger, and
did you lead the youth astray, or did you lead them down
this was they don't have house arrest, so they didn't back then.
Okay.
For children, but they had something called non-secure detention,
right,
which basically was house arrest. And my job was to make sure they were at home when they were supposed to be at home. So I would show up unannounced at any given time just to make sure they were there. And it was...
That sounds like a scary job. You never know what you're going to find.
Here's the thing. Can I share this with you?
Absolutely. Please do.
I did that for 7 years. And I was jaded a little bit, and I thought, I'm not helping anybody. It's hard to help people who just don't want to help themselves. And what I was trying to do was to get them to see how to turn their lives around, how to get jobs, how to get girlfriends. In my case, I was working with boys, so, or just to make their lives better. And I would say to them, you know what the secret is to having a nice house and a car in the driveway? And yeah, what's the secret? Work. You got to get a job. So I would help them get jobs, and I guess it worked with a lot of them, but it never felt like it did. It felt like a lot of them would, play along and then go do something stupid again. One day, years after I quit, there was a guy in a truck, and he's flashing his lights behind me, and I pull over to see what he wants. And I get out, and he walks up to me, nice-looking young man, and he puts his hand out to shake my hand. And I said, What happened? He said, you saved me. He said, you got me this job. I said, I did? And I said to Robin afterwards, I said, you know what happened today? I told her the story. And I said, it was the one redeeming moment where I thought, all those 7 years, I thought I did nothing to help anybody. It was nice to know that somebody actually benefited from something.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's hard working with people who don't want to change their minds about how to live their lives.
Sometimes it's hard because they're stuck in a situation, their environment tells them that it can't change.
Yeah.
And they see people who've tried to get out or tried to change and try to fix things, and they end up right back where they were, and it makes it hard.
It was so weird, too, in this job, because it's considered a conservative medium. Talk radio is considered a conservative medium. And somehow we have racist tendencies. I mean, we've been told that, Robin and I.
Yeah.
And yet, you don't see this?
Wait a minute.
No,
I'm not saying we do.
We don't.
I'm saying what's odd is that if you look back on other things we've done in our lives, you would say that's exactly the opposite of who we are.
Right.
But because of this medium, we get all kinds of. I'm pointing to the computer because that's where the phone calls come from.
I was like, the computer's attacking you?
the phone calls through the computer sometimes attack us. Yeah.
Well, that's just unfortunate because I know you guys, and I know that's not true.
Yeah. Sort of know us. You know us here. You don't know I'm wild at home. I got a vine I swing from and a loincloth with Pokemon painted on it.
Right. First of all, I'm pretty sure that's not true, but not necessarily the swinging from the vine, but the Pokemon part.
Do you do slander cases? Like if people just, really are hateful towards you, and then all of a sudden that person that's being hateful toward wants to take them to court, can you do that?
Okay, you're going to have to say that one more time. I lost
you. Do you do slander cases?
Oh, slander cases.
Yeah.
Yes, we call them defamation cases.
Oh, okay.
In the world. But yes, slander, libel. Because slander's spoken, libel's written.
And words are never heard in the Bible. I hear slander, libel. You know that song, right? Words are never heard in the Bible. I'm 2 steps away from the sunshine. Okay. Yeah, I know you have to move that. Did you... How come I have my quality sound going down? The other day with the police brutality thing, there was a law proposed that we make hurting a police officer a hate crime. Isn't it already a hate crime in Florida, or is there a difference?
No, it's not a hate crime, but it's a felony.
Oh.
It's more severe than if you hit a police officer or a prosecutor or a judge or anyone of that, fireman. It's a higher crime than if you just hit Robin.
And what would the difference be if
don't hit Robin.
What would the difference be if they did qualify it as a hate crime?
I'm going to go with they're going to give it harsher penalties.
That's what it is. Once something is determined to be a hate crime.
Well, it just depends what whatever the legislator wants it to be in the statute, because then they can give minimum mandatories, the minimum amount of time you can spend in jail, how many fines you want, dollars amounts, and things like that.
Wow.
Well, if you want some legal help, you need to call Vanessa. And what is your number?
It is 352-804-0092.
Don't get in an accident hunting Pokemon.
That's right, and if you
do, call Vanessa.
Call Vanessa.
We can help you.
Thank you, Vanessa. Always fun.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Donald Trump laying out his vision for America last night.
To protect
our LGBT